protest yesterday. I guess like all of you, I heard these sort of wild claims of terrorist training camps or what have you, and then that's too loud. Then around about midday I heard that 128 social centre in Wellington Community House in Wellington had been raided, and that's a place that I know pretty well. So that really sort of, and I also heard that the social centre on Simon Street in Auckland, which I also know well, had been raided too, and that really spurred me to that we had to have a reaction to stand up in public and say that these places and these people are not terrorists. They're activists like me, and like many of you here, people that care passionately about all sorts of issues, about the environment, about workers' rights, about human rights, about peace. For all the thousands of people out there that marched against the war in Iraq and against genetic engineering, some of the people that have been taken by the police were among the organisers of those protests that you came on. That's an important message to get out there, I think, for all the thousands of people that marched on the Hikoi about the Seabed and Foreshore Act as well. And the thing is, I feel that this is really, it's an attempt, a public attempt to smear a whole range of activist individuals and causes with this terrorist label to try and discredit us, so that in the future, you know, they can say, oh well, that person, they were a terrorist, they were arrested, that movement, they were caught up in that terrorist raid, we don't want to take them seriously. And I think we have to remember that every great movement for social justice in this country's history has used tactics that were illegal. They've used civil disobedience, that sort of thing. Parihaka might have been the first. The 51 lockout, of course, defied, they broke the law to get their message across. The anti-nuclear movement, the GE Free movement, and just about most of the time when we march down the street, we're actually breaking the law. And under our terrorism laws, these sorts of just acts, because they disrupt infrastructure or threaten commercial interests or intimidate or scare people allegedly, they can be classed as terrorist acts, and we can be classed as terrorists. And this is just bullshit. I mean, it's kind of frightening, it's kind of funny, it's hard to know exactly how to respond, but I think it's important that we all respond publicly and say, we're not terrorists, our friends and colleagues who have been taken away are not terrorists, and it's pretty despicable that a government which has got soldiers involved in the terrorist war in Afghanistan, terrorising the people over there, that's a friend and ally of George Bush, the biggest terrorist on the planet, that has refused to cut trading ties with the terrorist regime in Burma. It's pretty despicable for them to label the sorts of people that speak out against these things as terrorists. And so I thank you all for coming here. And we also want to be back here again on Saturday, speaking out again, hopefully in bigger numbers. I hope you all spread the word.